Okay, no sneak attacks this time, right? I get a chance to actually. Okay, that's what I thought. Better than no more, none of these shenanigans. Hello, everybody. We're playing some more MechWarrior 5. I am your host, Get Good Fox, and you are a member of the Unpaid Losers, the only mercenary company where it pays to be a loser. And today, got a new mech for us, the Griffin. This Griffin has been painted in Lensver's color schemes, or snow links, and the Griffin's an interesting mech. I would compare it to the Shadowhawk. There's actually a few mechs in this game that would be interesting, like circular cockpit. That's one thing. I mean, I can't... Actually, yes, I can. I forgot about that. Hold on a second. I can go like this and turn around. Yeah, you can see that little, like, circular-shaped cockpit. Very interesting. Anyways, the Griffin is one of the unseen, if you recall. The unseen mechs are a list of mechs that BattleTech, or FASA, that's the company who made BattleTech, got caught in a legal dispute over who had the rights to depict the art of the mechs, and now it is re-seen. The mech has a PPC, let's hear the crackle, and an LRM-10. So it's definitely a more long-range capable mech. It actually has a decent amount of armor. This one has about 300 armor. And has a pretty good cruising speed, or not a cruising speed, but a top speed, rather. Cruising speed is like kind of your jogging, walking speed, of about 81 kilometers, which, like I said, makes it very similar to the Shadowhawk, which is also a... Isn't that the target? Oh, it's not the target. Which is also a 55-ton mech with similar profiles. So this mech is definitely I mean, it can be a scout for sure, but it's more of a, what you might call an archer, not an archer mech, I'd be a cavalry mech. A cavalry mech is similar to a skirmisher. If you recall, skirmishers are kind of balanced mechs that they don't want to sacrifice anything because, you know, like they can't be slow, because then, you know, they're not really good at skirmishing anymore. But they also can't just be like a scout, you know, like a spider's not much of a skirmisher because it doesn't have any firepower or staying power. And, but yeah, so a skirmisher has a little bit of everything, so that it's a very flexible mech. Well, a cavalry mech is similar to that, but it emphasizes long-range weapons. It can have close-range weapons, but it likes to emphasize long-range weapons, because when you think of cavalry, you think of something that's fast, but you also think of something that can, you know, kind of save the day. Hey, the cavalry is arriving. And so these kinds of mechs, what they want to do is be able to get to the battle as soon as possible and be able to support. And that's why they have these long-range weapons, so that they can begin helping you, begin trying to save the day as early as possible. Oh boy, looks like we got ourselves a medium mech. That's fine. Let me see if I can sneak attack him. I think I did score a hit out the PPC there. Go ahead and tell an attack order in. This is actually where the Griffin would be at its strongest, being able to kind of pick away at people like this. And I got this nice little hill over here, so... Oh, let me zap this thing real quick. Here we go. This is perfect, right here. I'm going to get the missiles on him, and I'm going to try to maintain the lock, but in between, take some shots at that tank. Actually, get rid of that tank. Let's just get rid of this, like... There we go. Get the Manticore. Oh, God, he's coming after me. No. Don't do that. I jump away. Not that the jumping's going to help me do much, but I do it anyways.
Bruh.
Oh. Stay away. I need to get to 200 meters is the sweet spot for this mech. Well, I mean... farther than 200 meters is the sweet spot. I would like to be farther away, but, you know, like, basically closer than 200 meters is when we're going to have a problem, because that's where the PPC or the LRMs get jammed up and they can't fire at targets too close. Let me try to zap that guy right there. Man, this guy is holding out. Okay, we got ourselves a Locust here. That's annoying. It's going to be really hard to get some hits on this guy. But fortunately, I guess I don't have to worry about that by my aim with missiles, since... Really? What is in your right arm? Wow, actually pretty good weapons. Well, how are you getting like beat up? Are you getting beat up because you're not moving in a mech that is all about having mobility? That's like the leading reason why the AI gets damaged is because they decide to stand still in a mech that is not about standing still. Like, I'm standing still because, you know, I'm kind of a sniping mech. You know, you might call me a sniping legend. I'm definitely not a sniping legend. Yeah, I don't know why. Like, the AI just... All the AI has to do is just go to top speed and just keep attacking and keep shooting and keep moving, but the AI doesn't want to do that. Alrighty, so it looks like our pickup objective is a little bit farther from here, so I guess we'll smash this objective and then pick up the stuff and then go home. So one of the things I don't like about these kinds of sniping battle mechs is that I can't help very effectively. Like, I like to get into close combat just because I like to be what they're shooting at. You know, I don't want them to shoot at my allies. I would much prefer if they shoot at me, because I am much better at managing, like, I'm much better at shaking off gunfire than my allies are. And I tend to feel I feel like I have less of an impact when I am piloting one of these kinds of, like, you know, like, sniping battle mechs. And it's not always the case, but it's just that, oh god, it's a Vindicator. That's actually not bad. I actually want a Vindicator. Vindicator is a really nice mech because it's pretty strong for its weight of 40. See, look at this, is a terrible position to be in. Terrible because I have to get closer, which is bad, but at the same time, I don't have a choice. Okay, it's not too bad. Looks like he backed off. Anyways, yeah, Vindicator. I really like that mech because it only weighs 45 tons, which means you can kind of like fit it into missions. Like, for example, if the drop weight limit is 200 tons and maybe you want to use a 55-ton mech, well then, you know, you're gonna be if you drop 4 hunchbacks, for example, into a 200-ton mission, well, you know, I don't know, what if you want to use a slightly bigger mech? Well, having a slightly smaller mech allows you to kind of fit the jigsaw puzzle a little more effectively. And that's why, but at the same time, it's still a pretty strong mech. And that's why I really like those kinds of mechs like the Vindicator. This mech is so fast because it's the 2P variant, so it's got the supercharger. And it is just letting us have it with those missiles. That guy, he is just like maximum firing speed right now. I mean, that's good. That's what you should be doing, but... Okay. Let's go ahead and take this out. So, what do I think about the Griffin? It's the kind of the mech that I would prefer if my allies use, and it's less the mech that I want to use. And that's because I want to get up in people's... Wow, why am I doing so little damage? There's no way this thing has that many hit points. Okay. Okay, that's what I thought. Like, I want to have more close-range weapons. I mean, that's just how I am. Like, I want to get up there, and that's the problem. Like, if this was like an LRM-10, and, you know, like, one logical refit would be a large laser, because I could use the large laser more effectively up close. But I'm probably not going to do that in the refit, just because I want the mech to be a little closer to the stock configuration. Okie dokes, time to grab the stuff. The things, the stuff, the things. I tried to slur those together for some reason. We're grabbing the stuff. Yes, yes. Yes, gimme. Gimme. There we go. Now we can turn that in and get some... Wow, why is the extraction so far away? Rihanna, what are you doing? Why do you gotta be like basically 2,000 meters away? Why do you gotta do it? Oh god, we encountered the enemy. That was it. Get out of my way! Everyone attack! There. Did I miss? Did I miss him? Okay, about to say, like, I am at, like, point-blank range. Oh my god, just shoot him! Shoot him! Make him dead! What are you doing? Shoot him! Okay, he's almost down. Shoot him! Shoot him! Shoot! 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 Shoot him! Oh my gosh. This is why I like to have close range weapons, so I can like take matters into my own hands. I mean, you know, I can use the PPC up close, but shoot them! Oh yeah, so the this mech has a weakness, a structural weakness. So if you're fighting, this is some advice if you're fighting a Griffin. So you can see right here, the missile is on the right torso. That's that little circular pod on its shoulder. And the PPC is also in that arm. So if you destroy the right torso, so one of the rules of the game is if the torso is destroyed, the side torso, then the arm is instantly destroyed as well. So if you destroy the missile launcher shoulder, so the right torso, then the right arm falls off, and that means the mech is completely disabled of weapons. Like, it loses both the LRM-10 and the PPC, which is also kind of scary when using this mech. And here is the payout, 2.4 million smackaronis and the Solaris Holovid bundle. Ooh, we got the Vindicator. Very good. I need that for an episode as well. So that actually was super, super convenient. Damage is, although the crab showed high signs of damage on the health, there's no armor breaches, so I actually don't care. Like, that's really not that big of a deal. Over here, though, we did lose the arm. I mean, look, the rest of the mech is basically fine, and it's all because the pilot just doesn't want to move. Turns out if you stand still, you get shot more. Who would have guessed? And the doors are opening with our next BattleMech. Oh, looks like I need to turn the lights on. It is a nighttime mission. Oh, is it? Oh, it's a war. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't even pay attention to what the objective was. Anyways, introducing. We turn the lights off. This is the Trebuchet, painted in the Ugly Gang color scheme. And yeah, so the Trebuchet, 55-ton mech, and you're about to see the weapons right here. Oh wow, that's really bright. Let me turn the lights off so you can see a little better. The Trebuchet's, oh, lost my lock there. That was not good. So the Trebuchet is armed with a pair of LRM-15s and 3 medium lasers for up close. So if you thought that I might have a little bit of difficulty fighting up close before, I might actually not have as much of a problem this time around, and that's because the 3 medium lasers, I feel a little more confident. But that said, I'm going to change something right off the bat. We're going to switch this to chainfire. And that's because I don't always want to fire both of my LRMs at the same time. Could be that's a massive waste of ammo. So I just want to fire one. See, in this case, oh, I thought that would, yeah, that was basically enough to take them out. And if I fired both of them, it would just be a humongous waste of ammo. Oh, looks like we got a straggler over there. Alrighty, so while we are waiting for the next wave of enemies to appear, here's what the Trebuchet looks like. You can see the big old missile racks on its, one is on its arm, interestingly enough, and then the other is in the torso, and then all of the lasers are located in the left and right arm. The, where's the enemies? Look at that, we can actually see, I could just see this little puff of, like, dust in the background, like, what is that thing? But, yeah, so Trebuchet is a, like, let me see if this is enough to take it out. See that, if I didn't have the chain fire, where I was forced to fire both of my LRM-15s, I would have just wasted a ton of ammo, because a single LRM-15 was enough. Now, you could use this in order to see better, but I just feel it's going to annoy you guys to constantly have to see these, like, bright lights coming out. So I'm just going to deal with it and not use it. And this is what the Trebuchet likes to do, what I'm doing right here. I'm just locking on and spraying them up. Just spray them up with some missiles, and that's because the Trebuchet is a battlefield support mech. It's here to, like, spray you up with some missiles, and also zap you up with a few lasers if you get nosy. Like this guy. Like, get away from me. What are you doing? Get away from me. Like, you're gross, and I don't like you. Here, finish that mech off, like, while I guess I'm stuck in combat with this guy. Here we go. So one of the weaknesses of this mech is that it doesn't have very good heat. Like, it's, the mech, I would say, massively overwrought. There you go. I thought I could fire the missile launcher there. This mech massively overreaches. Like, it has way too much firepower for its chassis. And as a result, it also has very few heat sinks, so it's hot. And then when it gets hot, so here's the difference. A mech with a lot of heat sinks can also get hot, like the Hunchback 4P, for example, has a whole buttload of heat sinks, but it has a buttload of lasers. And while the mech can certainly get hot, it has so many heat sinks that it doesn't stay hot for long. This mech, look at this, like I'm still at basically 50 heat, and I'm just yammering away talking to you guys, and that's the problem. When this mech gets hot, it stays hot, and that is slightly inconvenient. There's oh, I lost my line. It's too far away, even though I could physically see it.
New target, Commando.
Guess I'll get a shot on this guy. Nope, he went behind. No, I reestablished my lock on him. Here, get the Commando, boys. I'm gonna try to get this guy. Wait, what are you doing? Oh, you're fighting.
Unable, Commander.
Oh my God.
Attack that target.
I guess we're just gonna go for the Commando. I'm gonna try to get these vehicles. Nope. Okay, let's get the Commando. As I was saying, though, I'm not a huge fan of... I do like the Trebuchet, but I don't like the Trebuchet in its stock config, and that's because I just don't like the Trebuchet as a sort of, like, cavalry mech, support mech. It's like, I just don't think it's ideal for being a missile carrier. Or, that's not the correct answer. Like, I don't feel it's ideal for the way it tries to use its loadout as, like, a dedicated missile mech. And that's... I basically would prefer other mechs to fill that role, such as the Hunchback JJ, which is or I think it's a JJ. It might just be the Hunchback J or something. It's one of those names. But anyway, it's a Hunchback that just has a whole bunch of LRMs, and I would prefer it over this mech as a dedicated missile support platform. Like, you'll notice I do a lot of standing still. That does cause me to take more damage, but remember that moving does generate more heat. So I would like to, if possible, not move in order to save on heat. But another example of it, what else would I prefer to use? I would like to use the Dervish. Like, I prefer the Dervish as a dedicated missile mech. Or even the Kintaro. Like, I would prefer to use the Kintaro. Like, look at this. I'm still at, like, 50 heat. It's crazy. This mech, it's just, like, way too much heat. Like, too many hot weapons. Like, even without the medium lasers, this mech cannot handle even the LRM-15s. Here we go. Let's swat some of these down. I actually prefer LRM strip. Wow, that was unusual. Normally, an LRM-10 will take a helicopter out on its own, and there's no need to... Probably got a little unfortunate there. Why do I like LRM Stream? I feel like LRM Stream just feels a little more accurate than the burst fire. You know, it could be a psychological thing, like it could be in my head, and that it's not actually more accurate or more reliable. It just feels that way to me. Oh my God, the medium, I'm like constantly riding the red line. Oh my God, please just die! Kill him. Do it. Make him dead. I'm just gonna stand still and wait for my heat, I guess. Okay, or I'll launch a missile at him. Come on. Take him out! Take him out! Take him out! Oh, damage report. Doing okay. Okay, can we please kill this guy? Thank you. I mean, like, I don't even know. Like, that's why I like to be more close range capable. As I know I've said it before, but I keep saying, I'll just say it again. I like to get up close and smash people, just because I cannot trust my allies to do that job for me. What do we do? We got an assassin making a fool out of us. There we go. Get some missiles on him. Try to like zap his leg. If I zap his leg, then maybe my allies can hit him, or he'll go behind something. We can get him. We got this. Just zap his leg. Look, I got through the armor on both of his legs. We got this. Oh, man. Put myself off with my camera zoom. Come on. Just shoot, gun, and shoot him. Shoot him. You got this. There we go. Alright, so we've located the final target. And I am not going to be able to shoot through these walls, unfortunately. I really wish they gave you a little more intel on these battlegrounds, because it would be so much easier to pick my mech or pick my battle. Like, if I knew that we would be fighting in a large base installation, I would not have chosen the Trebuchet for this battle. I was hoping that this would be a war zone that's just like super out in the open, where the missiles would be very effective, but once they get inside this kind of... Oh, why can't you guys do that more often? Why can't you just like...
Stick around as long as you like, but don't get too overconfident.
Wow, you got no weapons, but you're just hanging in there. He's just cheering us on. He's like, you guys got it. You can do it. It's in the bag. Just shoot them and push the buttons and you got it. And here's the payout. Only 500,000 smackaronis because these people don't like us. And I only get 12 salvage, but what am I going to do? I'm going to take this assassin, I'll take this, and I'll take a look at the damage report. Looks pretty clean to me. And I guess we're going to get customizing. All right, step one is, let's go ahead and turn this in. So we're going to get 3 diverse optics tier 3 medium lasers and 10 heat sinks. Pretty good, as well as another 500,000 smackaronis. I'll take them. We got refined armor 2, improvement in lamination techniques, and a more efficient arrangement of ceramic components have created a refined version of standard armor plating that reduces penetration without using any new materials or increased mass. So those seem like they're really good to load onto a mech, but they're just super expensive. They cost like 600,000 C-bills to load on, so that's kind of why I haven't done it, just because I've been spending all our money on new mechs. And here is the Griffin, painted in Lensver's color scheme. As you can see right here, we got ourselves the PPC and the LRM-10, and I'm just going to go ahead and take out all these jump jets, because I don't use jump jets, and I just am not entirely sure where I want to go with this mech. The most logical thing to do would be to swap it out for a SRM-6 right over here, just to give it more of a close-range punch. You could max the armor, but I feel that's a little bit boring. I feel that's kind of like a little obvious. So I think I'm going to do something different, and I might go with an LRM-15 and 2 tons of ammo. And then we just, although we'll have to shave a good amount of armor. No, not a good amount of armor. Let me mess around a little bit. All right, so we have a kind of interesting idea. So I had to pull some armor off, and I pulled armor off the left side primarily, and I left the right side fully armored. So he's all like, he's basically like, he's right-handed. It's like he's got a big old meaty right arm, and then he's got some like little wimpy leg. He's like definitely right-handed. And yeah, like I don't know. That's what we're gonna. I'm not gonna give it a try. And over here we've got the Trebuchet in the Ugly Gang color scheme. And I think what we're going to do for this mech is, like I said, I just do not like this mech as a missilary mech, a long-range mech. So I'm actually just going to I'm going to go ahead and do a more radical change on this one. I don't care that this is a tier 0. I just want stream. I really like LRM stream. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to go ahead and slap an SRM-6 into here. Go ahead and slap on a SRM-6 ammo. Let's go ahead and max out the armor, and maybe a half ammo as well. And then let's take out these. And then we're going to put in, where are they? Yeah, my burneronis. Yeah, well, do we have better ones? Can we buy better burneronis?
Nope.
No, I want better burneronis. That makes me sad. Makes me sad, boys. Let me finish this back up real quick. Okay, I've decided to be a responsible mech designer, and so I dropped 1 burneroni, and I decided to put on a whole bunch of heat sinks. We also cut down the ammo a little bit. Burneroni, okay, you might wonder, why is the SRM-6 in the arm and not in the torso? And that's because if I get attacked by helicopters, I want to be able to put my arm like straight up their butts and blast them with the missiles. But yes, we've reduced our armor down to 304. I think 304, I believe its max is 350. 304 seems to be acceptable for a 81 kilometer kind of mech. And so like, I'm okay with it being a little bit less armored. Yeah, because this is way more firepower. And because the mech is so... Okay, I like flamers on mechs that are pretty aggressive. Because I like flamers on aggressive mechs over the medium laser. Because they actually help with your heat a good bit. Because the flamers will do a good amount of damage without eating up too much of your heat sinks. And that's why we're doing it this way. Oh yes, I probably should have mentioned, we are now in the Draconis Badlands, a reputation 5 to 6 area. In my other save file, you know, I'm messing around in this area, the Pirate's Edge, 6 to 7. Seems like a really big jump from 5 to 6 to 6 to 7. Like, I saw a difficulty of like 50-something over here. I'm like, seems like a bit of a jump going from like 30 to 50, but I have no idea. Anyways, over here, we're going to drop by the Cantina. And they want me to smack up some, give me tier 5 machine guns. What are you going to give me? 5 small pulse lasers for just PPC tier 2? Oh, I need 8 of them? Wait, no, I just need 1 PPC tier 2? Taking this one. Okay, so I got the advice that I can actually drop them, ones I don't want. So let me see, there's some I don't want. Which one of these is bad? This one sucks. Yeah, get out of here. You suck. That's an ER large laser. ER. Yeah, I want that. I want that. I don't want this. This one sucks. This one sucks. Okay, give me those good ones. Oh, give me. Yeah, give me. Yeah, I like that. I want that last. Oh, I could do it right now. I can get small pulse tier 4 small. Oh, we got a new upgrade, shorter burn time, overriding safety mechanisms and replacing key components with higher heat tolerance variants allow the same energy output over a shorter duration, concentrating firepower. Sure, just give me the pulse lasers. That's what I want. Okie dokes, for our recustomization battles, looks like we got ourselves... I like these hazards. You get like way more stuff on this. Unfortunately, we could only spend 3 of our points on salvage shares. So we're going to be taking out the... Yep, I'm just going to swap these around. Oh, so this is an example here. We got to play the jigsaw puzzle with the drop weight limit, so we can't fit the crab in. You know what? Instead, I'm just going to I'm going to put the crab back in, and... okay, we're off by 5 tons. That makes me a little sad. Am I really going to send the flea in? I think that's a really bad idea. Not liking that idea. Okay, so instead what we're going to be doing is we're going to send the Panther KK in. That does mean that we'll have to not go at our top speed in order to accommodate the Panther, but hey, that's perfectly fine. The Panther brings a ton of firepower for its small size. And the doors are opening. Time to talk about that. So in this episode, we're going to talk a little bit about the history of the Griffin. The Griffin is a pretty significant mech, mainly because it is one of the unseen. You know what, let me just wait till we get into combat. What we did find is some loot. Gimme. Just gonna shove my giant mech arm and my meaty right arm in there and take their property. What did I get? LRM stream. I'll take it. We're using LRM 10s. I gotta say, Lensver, whenever you watch this episode, the camo is just working out great for you. Gotta say. But at least I can perch right over here and commence the bombardment. We found ourselves a Panther. Oh, I'm sorry, you're obsolete in comparison to the Katana Cat. And that's a big, fat-looking tank over there. What is that? It is a Manticore. Let's go ahead and start zippity-zapping him. Looks like I am... Uh-oh. Don't lose line of sight. Oh, darn. Let's get that. And then I'll lock on and blast you. Anyway, so the history of the Griffin is that it's one of the unseen, meaning it is one of the mechs that got caught in a legal dispute over who owned the rights to it. As far as the story of the BattleMech within the BattleTech lore, it is a very, very popular mech. It was used extensively in the times of the Star League, so it's a very, very old mech. And in BattleTech, you know what? You just need to stop that.
Oh no!
I'm getting really tired of you. So in BattleTech, the strategy game, you can actually get the original Star League variant of it. It's quite powerful despite, you know, being a 55-ton mech. Speaking of the size and how powerful the mech is, one of the kind of interesting things is, in the story, the mech was originally considered a heavy mech back when 55 tons was considered heavy, like before even bigger mechs became a thing. But eventually, bigger mechs became a thing, and the mech found itself, because it was considered a heavy mech, it found itself fighting mechs that were just too big. They were like, you know, this mech is kind of falling behind. So the manufacturers decided to reclassify it as a medium mech, and therefore the combat doctrine for the proper usage of the mech now took on a more supportive role, acting as a skirmisher, as a cavalry mech, to support the front line rather than placing it in a role where it is the front line. And that worked out very effectively. And as a result, the Griffin it saw extensive usage. It's used by every single one of the houses. Like, there's no, you know, like all 5 of the great houses enjoy the usage of the Griffin. And even, it was so popular that even the Periphery, which are kind of like your second and third world countries, even they had mech manufacturing facilities that were capable of building these battle mechs. So it was, so despite it being an actual Star League mech, it was just so widely popular that, yeah, it saw construction in the Periphery. In this game, it's very nice to actually see, and by that I mean see as it was unseen. It's very nice to actually have the Griffin back because it was previously unavailable. The way they've brought the unseen mechs back, if you're wondering how they did it, is that's why all of the mechs have had their appearances redesigned. They've basically adjusted them enough. Oh, that was a beautiful shot. I don't know who. I don't. That,
redesigned. They basically adjusted them.
I mean, the mech that is the Katana Cat is Sniping Legend, so I'll give him the credit. That was a beautiful shot, Sniping Legend. So we're moving into the second objective. Turns out it was like basically right next door. Was worried that the sandbank there would actually block my shot, but fortunately it did not. I think this refit is already going way better, although we are getting some heat. Remember that I'm not too concerned with some heat. Like, you know, like it's okay if the mech overheats a bit, because that's how I know that it's got, you know, it's packing a punch. But it's actually like, it's overheating after pretty sustained fire, and that's perfectly fine with me. Like, I feel like we're firing our guns aggressively enough that it should be overheating. Oh, I also feel like this LRM-15 is just the trick that it needed in order to really amp up the firepower on this mech. Let me try to pick off these targets here. Now there we go. Now I can focus on this urban mech. I'm gonna try to. Okay, I guess we just plowed right through him. Jeez. Like this is so much. It's so crazy. Like this isn't a radical change for the mech. The mech isn't that different. It's the same PPC, and all we did was upgrade into an LRM-15. But that is making such a big difference. Like we are just plowing through these guys right now. I'm actually able to really make good use of the PPC here, since it's able to one-hit. Like, the PPC is at its best when it is one-hitting a bunch of small targets. Like, if you have, like, the Awesome is a battle mech that carries 3 PPC, put it in chain fire, and you just start shredding all the small targets. That's what I really love about it. It's interesting, I guess I'm out of range. All these little turrets are... I missed. Shoot it! There we go. Where's the objective? Give me a damage report. Ooh, the Katana Cat got a little burnt up there, but I'm pretty sure we are running out of enemies. Looks like I found something to steal. Looks like I can take your property. I'm gonna take it even if you don't want me to. Oh, what will you do? The only thing this game is missing... Oh, let me see what I get.
Good job. Getting you an evac now.
You're not... Oh, did it interrupt it? And so it's not gonna tell me... Okay.
Nope.
Oh man, like I love working for our main client, the Combine. Look at the payout, 2.6 smackaroos, along with the LRM-10 and the SRM-4 that we found. And I guess we're gonna take the Urban Mech and I'll probably just go down the line again. Oh, here we go. Oh, that's too. Wait, gimme. There we go. And damage report is looking pretty good. The Panther KK got a little cooked, but I think it's like, probably just getting a little too bold. Like, the Crab is the one that should be leading the attack, to be honest. Alright, and so for our final mission, we'll be doing one of the 3 missions here, the Demolition Mission in this 3-time... Wait, what's happening? What's happening? Okay. Need to, like, chill out. Trying to, you know... Okay. Anyways, we're doing one of the 3 here. I'm gonna do the other 3 off screen. I love these triple missions. Look at this crazy stuff. Like 50%. We're gonna get like 2.7 million we're gonna get 2.7 million times 3. I'm gonna get 31 salvage shares for all 3 of the missions. Like, that is like, it's so good. Like, you get so much money if you get one of the factions to like a heroic level and then do like the triple missions. Oh, it's so good. Okay, so since we are doing a demolition mission, the real reason, because we're bringing the Panther KK, we're already down to like 64 kilometers. Might as well bring in Bandit. Hey, he has evolved into the, here it is, the Hunchback 4J, not the Hunchback JJ, the Hunchback 4J, which is like, bring forth the missiles. There's big old missile pod. And the doors are opening. Time to see how our... I feel like this Trebuchet is going to be really good. Actually, the first thing I got to do is change my weapon. I always forget to do that. Okay, so I'm just going to reset the entire thing. I want this to be the this to be that, just like that. Apply. There we go. I always forget that detail. I always forget to, like, change the weapon groups. You definitely want to change your weapon groups, though. Like, your mech is massively dysfunctional if your weapon groups are not customized to your liking, or at least it can be. I see we've already found some of the early defenders. Well, this mech I have designed to be able to do either. It can engage at long range, and it is capable of doing shenanigans up close. Whatever will you do? How will you know how to face me? Wait, is that a chop? Wait, no, that's Rion. Wait, that's a chopper though. I can't pick it up though. I could see it. So if I had an AC2, I'd be able to shoot it like right now, or an AC5. Oh yes, I should talk about I am gonna burninating the country. Oh, I love flamers. Did I ever mention I like flamers? Oh, and small lasers. Small lasers. They need to make a small flamer. That'd probably be the ultimate weapon. Here we go. As I said, one LRM-10 ought to be enough, unless some of them miss. There we go. But an LRM-5 is not quite good enough. Oh my god, I feel so much better being able to do both. But yeah, like I said, now I have the option to either pick away at them like this. Accelerating to attack speed. Or finish off that little crummy vehicle, boys. I am going after the Panther. As I would say, let's talk a little bit about the history of the Trebuchet. Trebuchet is interesting because it was... Whoa, I thought I fell off a cliff or something. It is interesting because it is a mech that was conceived to work as part of a unit. God, we flattened that thing. That thing just got pancaked. Ooh, I want a Centurion. I really would like one. The flamers really screw the Centurion over because the Centurion doesn't have good heat dissipation. So, like, once it gets firing a little bit, it's like, I don't know. This is the Centurion with the LRM, the AC-20, not the typical Centurion. The normal Centurion has 2 medium lasers, and it just has really bad heat, and it just gets completely screwed. This guy also gets screwed by his heat. In fact, I'm just going to chase him around for a little bit and just cook him. Well, so as you can see, we're sitting at a steady... our heat is going up very slow. Okay, now I'm just going to let him get away. Oh, I was going to blast him with the LR. Anyways, so the Trebuchet, it has a nickname. It's also known as the Trench Bucket, and it's kind of, it's not a derogatory nickname. It's kind of an affectionate nickname for it. And the mech was designed not to be a standalone mech that you would just buy and deploy it. It was actually envisioned from the ground up of when it was designed to operate as a lance, because we pre-customized it a good bit. But as I said, it was supposed to be a supportive battle mech. And because it was supposed to be a supportive battle mech, it was designed to have a companion mech, and that would be none other than the Centurion. The Centurion and the Trebuchet were intended to be deployed together and operate as like, you know, like I guess like a good cop and a bad cop. I don't know who would be the good cop and who would be the bad cop, but that's just the way that they were envisioned. And eventually we'll get a Centurion, and perhaps I'll speak more of the relationship between how they were designed to support each other. But yeah, that's just like an interesting little tidbit about it. As far as the mech is it's a very popular mech, especially in the Free Worlds League. Oh god, it's another panther. What's up with all these panthers? Very curious to be fighting. I mean, like, I guess we've only fought 2 of them, but 2 of them, it's just a strange number of them. The trench bucket is used pretty much all over the Inner Sphere, but it's very popular in specifically the Free Worlds League. And as I said, because the mech was intended to be used in a formation, the formation it typically sees use in the Free Worlds League is 1 archer, 2 trebuchets, and this is another reason why I like the flamers in the arms, because I can actually aim really high. Oh my god, it's so fun to use flamers on buildings. It's so satisfying. I feel like so you ever see those videos on YouTube, like, don't get satisfied by this video, it's so good. Oh man, I just love using flamers on buildings. It's so good. Oh man, and we have just enough heat sinks that I can just do this all day. Oh yeah. Hey, oh yeah, I'm getting distracted. So they like to use 1 archer BattleMech, which we'll get our hands on one of those later on. Then they like to use 2 trebuchets and 1 Centurion, because as I said, the Centurion was intense. So this is where the arm comes into play with the missile launcher, because I can aim a little bit higher. Here, get that chopper, please. Yeah, there we go. You lock onto him. Zippity Zappy. Well, no, Zippity Zappy's for late. What do we got? We got BattleMech over here. Get the BattleMech, boys. Machinate that mech. Oh, we lost line of sight. Ooh, I want to burn this. It is scrambling me. You don't scramble me. I scramble you. Unless I went crazy for a second. Is somebody? You don't do that. I scramble you. Oh, can we salvage this guy? Is this like a Scrambleroni version of the Vulcan? Ooh, I want. I don't know what you have to do to make it more likely to salvage things, but like, I want. Nope. It. Oh god. Okay, that's definitely not how you do it. Like, the like big missile-y was like, you want to take that? How many pieces of it do you want to take? Oh, yes. Oh, wait, yeah, we were supposed to be destroying this. Ooh, look at all this property. Burninating the countryside. Burninating the cannons. Burninating... No, the fuel tanks don't explode. They just kind of despawn. Like, these fuel tanks, like, I guess they all... I'm burning even the rocks, even. Oh, my God, the flame is such a fun weapon. Oh, I need to get out of here before more trouble arrives. That's a shame. I kind of like burning things, to be honest. What is... Oh, God, it's an LRM-60 carry. That's like a lot of LRMs. Okay, you better, like, chill out there. Like, 60 LRMs, it might be a little bit much for you now. And here's the payday. 2.6 smackaronis. And, oh, we get the Centurion. I don't really want to display this Centurion for you guys, because this is the Centurion that's, like, not like the classic Centurion. And I really... Like, the classic Centurion is, like, a very iconic battle mech. I keep trying to buy one, but, like, I don't want that. That one is too different. I want, like, oh, damage report looks really good. Damage is too high because of, like, the building destruction, but incoming damage is pretty good. And, yeah, we're not going to do all the missions. That is enough for now, boys. So, there you go. We got to see the rather speedy mechs. Like, both 81 kilometers is a comfortable movement speed. We got to see the Trebuchet with its missile-eroni strategies that I think are definitely overreaching. To put it in perspective, there is a heavy mech 15 tons bigger. It's a 65-ton mech, the Catapult, and the Catapult basically uses the same weapon loadout as the stock Trebuchet. So if a mech 15 tons heavier thinks that 2 LRM-15s and a bunch of medium lasers is a good weaponry loadout, at 65 tons, then you're probably overreaching, Mr. Trench Bucket. So we have transformed the Trench Bucket into a much more sensible design. And like I said, I think there are better missile-ary battle mechs in the medium class right over here at the Hunchback 4J. I really would love to get my hands on a Dervish and a Kintaro, although I typically like to make the Kintaro a SRM, kind of like fast attacking battle mech. But by making the Trench Bucket a little bit more sensible, we have turned it into a very effective close-range battle mech. And then we also got to see the, we can actually make it appear right over here if I do this, bam. And then we also got to see the Griffin with its strange, like, round cockpit. And overall, like I said, I prefer to get into the middle of the combat. I just like to burn things, and I can't burn things at like 600 meters. But it's not a bad mech. Very similar to the Shadowhawk and the Wolverine. It's fairly similar to a few mechs, but still a good mech. Like the LRM-15, I think, really made a big difference, just giving it that little bit of extra punch that it needed. And also, I just don't like jump jets in this game. They're just not my thing. Anyways, let me know what you think down in the comment section. How would you have designed these battle mechs? If you're wondering, what am I doing with the pulse lasers and whatnot, I'm hanging on to all of it for future Lost Tech revisions. But right now, I'm just sitting on my Lost Tech for now. We'll work with it later on. Anyways, stay tuned for more MechWarrior 5 DLC content. Until next time, subscribe for future MechWarrior 5 DLC content. Of course, like the video, and of course, remember, do get good.